Hello and welcome to a Bonzolia video. So I haven't made a video for a while. You know, I just have been busy doing stuff, but it dawned on me. Somebody's like, Terry, you got to make videos. You got to keep your content out there. They said you have to defend your 62,000 subscribers as far as like if I start losing them. Anyway, I went from like, I think I got up to 100 or to 50,000 pretty fast. And then 55,000 came around. And then it was like 56. I sort of limped into 60. And I've sort of been sitting here. Hopefully I'm still at 62. So, but check this out. So right now I just went in the studio and I recorded some more tracks, which some of which may turn up in TNT band material. Hang on. There we go. Now check this out. So I have my 8x12, 8x12. These are Ludwig New Sonic. They're black, the original black gloss. I was supposed to have a 9x13. My friend Ryan forgot to order it for me, but God love him. And on my 14x14 inch floor tom in the same. Look at how sharp that is. Look at that gloss black with that silver badge. And they're relatively high tuning. Hang on. Oh, I gotta show you those too. Hang on. See, I'm wearing button downs now. You know why? Part of the reason. I just realized, well, not just. My legs are a hell of a lot shorter proportionally than my body. I have a real long torso and short legs. So, but what that does sometimes, what does that actually do? That means something I was just talking about. Let me see, I lowered this. What was I going to get onto? Hang on, this is important. Oh, because I end up showing my crack in a lot of videos because my t-shirts therefore are too short. So I'm sorry about that. That isn't going to happen anymore. These are the crack, there'll be no crack here. Now check this out. Over there, I don't know if you can see those. Can you see those? Let's see. Hang on. This is for the first time ever in a Bonzolian video. Sorry, I just had Ovaltine and chili and I'm starting to be gastric. So, there we go, right? All right, hang on. But see, now I got to get them, I guess, into focus. Oh, I can't really tell. All right, well, let's do that for now. So check this out. What I have, this is, and then there's an 18-inch floor tom here, right there. So I picked those up a month ago, but I don't want, you know what it is? I just don't like the clip mounts on the Ludwig stuff. It just drives me crazy. I just can't get over it. All right, so what else? So just a couple odds and ends. In a couple weeks, TNT, which is mine and Ty's band, right? From the ground, hang on a second. Ever heard of Allbird Shoes? Hi, everybody. This is Terry Keating for Allbird Shoes. These are actually really nice shoes. I mean, they just are comfortable. You can play drums in them. This is not a paid sponsorship, but they are pretty freaking cool. I did just get them. But the drums, so I'm not going to keep them. So there's a 6, an 8, a 10, a 12, a 13, a 14, a 15, a 16. Wait a minute, something isn't, hang on a second here. Wait, what do we have? Hang on. 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, and then the 18-inch floor tom. And it comes with the stands. There's 4 stands. Oh, but the bass drum is 14 by 26, okay? 26 diameter, 14-inch depth. Even though, you know, the funny thing is with these marchers, with these lugs, you might assume that they're like mock lugs, like the bigger, but no, they're the smaller marching lugs. But it does make the bass drum look it looks a little deeper than 14. But I assure you it is. This is not a case of the John Bonham 15-inch deep thermoglass drums that, thanks to Billy Harrington, made damn sure that we found out they were indeed bigger than 14 deep. So anyway, here we go. I found my thing. But yeah, so I just haven't made a video for a while, so I want to get back into making videos. We're still, again, I just recorded more songs. What else is going on? Yeah, recording more tunes. I've been practicing a lot. I'm just trying to get my left hand under control as I've been yapping about for the past, I don't know, 11 years of my... God, I've been on YouTube for 14 years. Wow. Oh, wait, hang on. There is also, too, I have some merch left. I have some shirts. I have... Oh, here that is. I still have some Bonzolia sticks. I'm not going to stay in the stick business. You know what I mean? I sold some of the Bonzolia 5As that I designed and manufactured to Steve Maxwell, God love him. The Maxwells were nice enough to have George and I in for an interview not very long ago. We're waiting to see when that comes out. Hang on a second. So right here we have we have a few of these left. The Bonzolia, they're white with blue writing. At some point I probably should make maybe a blue I just need to change the design of it. And I do have a few of these. I always really did like this. Oh, wait, that's not the red shirt. Hang on. The black ones. I have like 3 of these left. If anybody's interested, hang on. Bear in mind. Bear with me. I mean, well, here they are. All right, these are the last remaining of the black Gildan variety. Yeah. This is a medium. No, it's a small. I have a small and a small. 2 smalls. So if anybody needs 2 smalls, I'll offer you a package deal. They're black with the orange writing, which, I love the movie Halloween, John Carpenter. I do have the Michael Myers mask here from the second movie, which is pretty authentic to the original William Shatner, Mike. So anyway, 2 small shirts, okay? Black. There they are. I really loved it. At the end of Halloween, I should say that the credits are in an orange font. And the actual... Okay, there's 3 villains. There's 3 actual bad guys that played Michael Myers. I should say there's 3 actors that played Michael Myers. There was Michael Myers, age 6, I think, right? Then he was played by somebody. And then there was Michael Myers, age 23. And he actually, you see him in the movie, kind of. The mask gets pulled up, and he's kind of like, he kind of looks like Johnny Gage from Emergency 1. Or Emergency, it was probably called at the time. And then, of course, you have the shape. That is one of the coolest things in the world. I remember watching Halloween and the cast going by and got like, God, that is so, everything about it was just shot so cool. And at the end, you just see it says, the very last, it says, as it goes up, it says the shape. Nick Castle, a friend of John Carpenter's, a director, played the shape. All the shots where you saw the big guy walking around, carrying the bodies, or just standing looking up. Like, I'll tell you, that one scene in Halloween, if you never, I know now the younger people, I don't even know how ridiculous it might look. It might look like Reefer Madness. Like that same kind of, but there's a scene where Jamie Lee Curtis goes home and she just happens to look out the window after walking home from school, and standing out there amongst the linens drying is Michael Myers, like, just looking up at her. I'll tell you, man, there was a nugget in my pantalones after that. But yeah, anyway, the shape, Nick Castle, and I always thought it'd be so cool to have a black t-shirt with this font. Check this out. This is where the shirt idea came up from, the color scheme. And it would just say in the exact font that they used in Halloween, even with the periods. So the shape, period. I always thought that it just looked so cool. Anyway, so here they are. So there's 2 size small Bonzolia t-shirts. Clearing them out. But yeah, so anyway, more videos are coming. Again, I started to say before that TNT, Terry and Ty, it's the band Ty and I have. The 4th song, the 4th single off the album is coming out in like 2 weeks. It's called Heroes. Well, there was a working title we had for it, but I think we're going to call it Heroes. So that's me playing the drums, and that's Ty playing the guitar, and that's me doing everything else, okay? So I'm singing, playing the bass. No, I'm just playing the drums, and that's Ty doing the rest of the stuff. God love him, in addition to mixing. So that's coming out. And at some point, I'm telling you, it's going to be vanity. I don't care, but we're going to have an album. There's going to be a vinyl record. So hopefully I can move some of those just to keep the project self-sufficient. But yeah, I'm really digging the tunes, okay? I'm really proud of us. I think the tunes are really rocking and catchy. All right, so what else is going on? So that's kind of it. Yeah, but I've been playing the drums a lot. Again, here's the magical Peisty 19-inch PST-7 thin crash. And you know what that is? That's my vids Zildjian. Early 90s, possibly late 80s. Symphonic French 20-inch. But that's what I'm doing here. You know what? I will say this. How does the snare sound to you? Because there was a time, just the other day was going to make another video. I got on here and it was a 5-second long video. It's me going, oh my God, I got a haircut appointment. I got my haircut. So let's try and detune this into actual bottom tuning. We can get it sounding like George Throaty. It's just, there's something, it's not happening. All right, so let's do this. Here's my CNC drum key, a rare chrome plated one. So what I'm gonna do is just, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me actually, ironically, normally I would never do this, but let me just slightly detune the underside, because I've been cranking the shite out of it. You know what I mean? Let me start there. But I want to get that Roy Albert Hall, George Flutus every video he ever plays. It's just like that classic frickin' bottom. Let's see here. Ready? You know what? Here's an abomination. Yeah, this is an old school Bonzolia video where I'm just talking. Are the later models of No Quarter out of Led Zeppelinville. When Jimmy Page remixed, you know, stuff got digital, and he always loved to edit stuff around. But just No Quarter and Stairway to Heaven and Whole Lotta Love, even the song remains the same. At the end of Whole Lotta Love, or toward the end of it, the original 1973 was but that has been removed. No longer do you hear the... You don't hear that. That is removed. It is terrible. In fact, I think in the 90s, I heard a remix or something, or a remaster, and it was lower. It wasn't quite present. But in the very last time around, now that digital's come in, like the last 20 years, right? Since probably, 2000, more or less? I think it's gone. All right, so anyway, so here I'll just play for a little while. You know, as you know, I'm not a technical guru by any means, but I have, again, my 8x12, 8x12, 14x14, 14x26, my 6.5x14. We gotta finish tuning that. Hang on a minute, hang on. So what you do real fast is to have another one of these. So we'll give this just a turn here at the 4 o'clock. We'll give it about a 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 1:15, a little tighter. Let's see. Well, that's less bonhamy, I will say that. Right? So 7, 4, 1:15, 10, go back there. All right. All right, so we're just detuning a little bit here, okay, on the top. So far what I've done is I've just detuned. All right, let's see here. Ready? Hang on, I don't have my tone control engaged. Hang on. You gotta get well, that doesn't sound any better. So I guess this is, I want to make this sort of like a live chat, but it ain't. So I hope everybody's doing well. Everybody who's just stopping by. Again, this is sort of a video about nothing. It's like the Seinfeld show that they said. It was about nothing. It was about stuff. Let me see what else. I have this cool thing. This is William Ludwig, the original, who passed away, I think in 73. He actually was a very interesting fella. What else? So just down here in the studio, what else is going on? So I just recorded a tune with my main man, Mitch. Coming along. He's a very talented dude, and he has a really cool voice. And it's very catchy. So we're going to check this out. Anyway, so I played on it. But this is what I did. So shh, don't tell anybody. What I did was I originally did a couple takes where I was like. But what I ended up doing was this. But what we actually did was I just went, I made the track. And then I overdubbed. And that's what the track is. It's pretty freaking cool. So what else is going on? Yeah, so I just, I'm going to do some drum mixing on Monday over at my main man Jax's studio, Berwyn Recording in Berwyn. He's got a killer ear. He knows his stuff. He's got great gear, and he moves fast. Okay, that's extremely important when you're going to be recording because it's pricey, but you really want someone who knows what they're doing. So yeah, I have those. I'm out of coffee mugs. I have like one left. Again, I just don't like being in the merch business. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you, those sticks. Whew, too bad we don't have like a sugar daddy that could front Bonzolia drum stuff. Except the only thing is it'd have to be good stuff. You know what I mean? Like, those are good sticks. You know what I mean? There was a design from the old days from other companies, which was very cool that you don't see anymore, which I expounded upon a little bit. And I think they're great sticks. What else do I have? It'd be nice to sell 8-lug 6.5 by 14 aluminum shell drums that look exactly like Superphonics, which oh my God, that's kind of what I have here. You haven't seen this drum for a while. You haven't seen this drum for a while. Check it out. You know what this is? This is my version of a 6.5 by 14 Ludaloy if it was 8-lug, okay? What I did was I bought the indie drum from the indie fella, and I took, these are original Ludwig and Ludwig, Leedy and Ludwig, heavy cast Imperials. They look slightly different than the modern ones, okay? They got rid of this design in early 60s. Anyway. Oh, wait. Oh, it's dusty. I'm going to sneeze my brains out in a minute. But anyway, so this is it. I wanted to show you. I was going to put a tone control on it at some point, which this reminds me I should. Again, if Ludwig ever wants to make a 8-lug Superphonic, I'd buy one. But you know what would be great? I always used to say to Ludwig, you should make a 5.75, 5 3/4 inch Ludaloy shell, USA made shell, the spun, because it's right between 5 and 6.5. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people just will say, oh yeah, I'd like a 5.5. Oh yeah, they like even George. I still love him. Sometimes he'll still be like, yeah, my 5.5 Superphonic. I'm always like, George, they didn't make a 5.5. But here's the thing. You could have 3 sizes, put one right in the middle, because you know, if you have a 5 and a 5.5, you can kind of tell the difference. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of, like most manufacturers, they really don't make a 5. I mean, Tama, I think the Stuart Copeland is a 5, maybe a couple other ones, but I think most companies, anything that's is 5 inches vil is 5.5 inches. All right, so that's kind of it. I think my tone control disengage. You know what I did? Back in the day, what they used to do is on the tone control, at the very end of the screwed part, you take like a crimper or a pliers and you crimp the last of the threads, and then to prevent it from backing out. So that's what's going on, okay? I just thought I'd make the video just to get some content out there. Really excited about the recording, the new music. And what else? There was something else. Yeah, we were interviewed on Steve Maxwell, George and I, George Flutis of Bonamology and PFOZ, which Ty Vera sings the Robert Plant parts. PFOZ, you gotta check it out, People's Friend of Zeppelin. My friend Ryan here on YouTube, he is Vintage Drummer. That's his handle, Vintage Drummer. And he's like a soul funk guru. I remember I first met him back, I sold him his first drum set back in the day. That's actually a funny story. I should probably get permission for him. I'll get permission from him to tell that story. That day there when I sold him the drum set. But anyway, extremely solid player. Worked for Ludwig for a while too. He's just got a natural Steve Gadd mojo. You know what I mean? He just really has just a great pocket. So, but that's Vintage Drummer. Of course, don't forget about, of course, you have Bonamalta Waltzes here on YouTube. As do you have Alex Slavin drums, right? You got Craig Flowers still floating around. But yeah, that's it, just from the headquarters. But what else was, oh, check this out. You know what? Rob Brown, right? Beat down Brown. Rob, I just want to make sure it's, yeah, it's Rob, it's not, but God love him, he made a video where he was talking about, it's almost like one of the exercises you'd see in stick control, like in the first 3 or 4 pages. It's right, left, 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 right, left, left, right, left, left, left. Except that you flam it. That's really cool. I've been trying to, so Rob, thanks for that. I gotta tell you, because I just gotta get my technique up. You know, I just don't understand how you see people, like there's that one freaking guy on YouTube now, he's everywhere, God love him, he's extremely talented. But he sits there and he's just he'll play like single strokes with his right hand going 750 BPM, like, and he's like drinking tea and stuff, and then his left hand does it. I wish I could just have 5% of that, you know? Like I've been working on my art, so check this out. What I've been working on, I'm trying to move my technique into my fingers and work on little like, and making those longer. But I can't still do like I want to bring my French synth. Like there's a way I can kind of, for the short thing. Every so often I'll get a real quick burst of like, except it's, anyway. See my left hand, see that? How it shies away from those doubles. What I'm keep meaning to do is, but like it gets all funky. And I don't mean, you know what I'm saying? Hang on. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to smack my left hand here in a minute. Then, so that's the extendo goodbye. Yeah, so I got the black t-shirts. The tie stuff is still coming up. I have more videos I'm going to make, like about certain, of course, Bonham stuff. But after a while, there's only so much Bonham stuff I can talk about. You know what I mean? It's as far to play on the drums. There's only so many Zeppelin songs, right? But there are 10 trillion bootleg recordings, which is where you have George, who's just, if I was considered John the Baptist of John Bonham geekdom, George Flutis is Jesus Christ himself. No, I mean, I'm telling you, man, you know, Bonham actually took George Flutis' skin off years ago, and he just resides in Flutis. But he knows all the live stuff too. Unfortunately, while I enjoy the live stuff, I have to tell you, I'm not the type of person. I certainly can't sit there and say, "Hey, man, you remember Denmark, 1956?" You know what I mean? There's certain recordings I like, but by and large, I'm more just the studio guy. Of course, the song remains the same. It's just, again, embroidered into my brain, especially No Quarter. But again, back to Jimmy Page, as I was talking about before, he edited for the worst so much of that stuff from Madison Square Garden. And then on, I think the last couple versions, the drums actually have the sonic quality you hear on How the West Was Won. It's lost that more kind of regular straight ahead sort of, you'd say, simple sound of the original song remains the same, which that real doinky Vista-like. God, I got to tell you, man, there really is, the sound of Zeppelin with Bonham on the Vista-lights is a different animal. It really is. It's just different. Like it's, and when you listen to like BBC sessions and Bonham's going berserker on his green sparkles, right? Was that April 1st, 1971? And you hear him, January 9th, 1970, Robert Hall. I mean, that does sound crazy. But when you listen to like, it took us forever in Bonhamville to deconstruct what Bonham was actually really playing in Dazed and Confused in the coolest part in the world. Go down that path again. But you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of wanted intentionally to be yappy, just to somebody said, "Hey man, you should get a video out there." And I said, well, why not? It's not, I want to be making videos up the wazoo, but I just feel like I just want, how can I make more interesting videos? You know what I mean? Wish I had like a documentary crew. We could like fly to 1728 North Damon and barge our way into that building and, I don't know. So hope everybody's doing great. Again, we have the TNT Ty and Terry Band. 2 weeks from now, 2 or 3 weeks, it's the 4th song from the album. Again, very proud that's just Ty and I. Again, you have PFOZ, vintage drummer, villages I was talking about. And yes, there's my 8-lug Supra, the closest thing I'll probably ever have. Again, these are my Ludwig New Sonics. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you. They're amazingly sort of Mitchell-y. They're kind of Mitch Mitchell meets, in a strange way, 60s Gretsch. They're golden in Colorado. Again, so that's it. This is the Irish goodbye. As you can tell, I am Irish. It was like, I just feel like talking a little more. I remember we were playing a gig. This was on the south side of Chicago. There was a place years ago, which is back again, called Riley's Daughter. But this is when Riley's Daughter was there and it went away, and then it became a place called Quigley's, or at least the location did. And at Quigley's one night, we had sort of a regular thing. We'd play there once a month. Me and my friend, my band, Joe V and Leave, with Joe, Murph, and Jimmy. And before I set the drums up, and I remember these 4 or 5 undercover, well, I should say plainclothes Chicago cops came in. Apparently they were off duty. And I remember they were sitting on the side of the stage, or what was the stage, after I was setting up the drums. And I remember there were 4 of them total, I think. And it was like the classic dynamic, though. There was one guy that was real short, kind of stocky. He talked a lot, and he took it upon himself to sort of just blow me some shite as I was up there. I could tell he was talking about me. I couldn't really hear what I was saying, but he'd look at me, and I kind of look, and he'd sort of look back at me, and you could tell they were talking about this or that. And I remember thinking to myself, I like to think that I would have walked up to the table and been like, "Listen, buddy, stick it in your ass." At that time, I was suffering from some weird muscle thing where my body, I don't know, that was bizarre. That's another.